Hey, let's talk about it, cause honestly we need to talk about social issues, just uplifting my people. Yeah, let's talk about it. Come join the conversation. A connection's what we're creating. Yeah.
What's happening, everybody? How y'all doing? First and foremost, I like to thank each and every person that shared, my book, that purchased the book, and just people that just been, behind me from day one. Because for some people, they might think this is an overnight thing, but nah, it's been many, many years, right? But what I wanted to talk about today is trusting God's timing. You see, I started this process and I wanted to be able to put this compilation of work in my grandmother's hands because I promised her that I was going to do it. But, God called her home. But my lesson that I learned in this and all of this stuff that I'm going through is trusting God's timing. You see, people can take the shortcut. They can, fall victim to being part of the microwave society. And when you do that, you're leaning on your own understanding, right? And, we use these Bible verses, to soothe us sometimes, right? Because when we're going through some mess, we always say, God don't put nothing more on us than we can bear, right? But there's a flip to that. And let me explain what I mean. You can be trusting God for promotion or a better job. And the problem is because that waiting period is really God seeing if this is what you really want. That waiting period is really, the testing of your faith, right? So in between that waiting period, I say this so many times, right? The devil is in the blessing business too. And a lot of times you can speak stuff into the, the atmosphere, right? And the devil got ears, right? So you want this new job, you want this promotion, you want this better paying job, or whatever the case may be, right? So you've been praying for it, and now you're in the waiting phase. But during that waiting phase, you start leaning on your own understanding, right? So the devil will start putting stuff in front of you. Now somebody called you and said, hey, I got this position at work. You know what I'm saying? You want to take it? You're going to be making X amount of money more, right? Now you've been praying for, a situation. And by you leaning on your own understanding, you jump at it. And God ain't nowhere in that. And what happens is you get that position. Yeah, you making a little bit more money. But what they don't tell you is that contract is up in 3 months. So now you're making all of this more money, but you only got 3 months. Because see, sometimes we want to move where God tells us to stay. Because where you're at is where you have to learn the lesson to move on to bigger and better things, right? But people are so focused on what everybody else is doing, they just want to jump at the first opportunity. You see, when I start putting together this book, I had many opportunities to just throw something out there, right? But I was trusting God. And what I represent for everybody out there is just the people that trust God. See, a book might not be in your future, but that business venture might be. I do you one better. Just being a better person. Just being an all-around better person. Because let me tell you, man, this world will give you riches. This world will give you materialistic things, but anything that God ain't in becomes a burden. You got that new job for the new money. Now you ain't got no time with your family. Now you so stressed out, you want to pull your hair out. You done jumped into that new business and God wasn't in it. Now you bankrupt. You didn't jump in that relationship when God wanted you to be in a season of being alone so you can learn yourself. See, you're no good to nobody else if you don't know yourself. And when you don't know yourself, you'll find yourself in relationships where that person tries to identify who you should be. So, like I said, I thank each and every person out there that really supported me. Because let me tell you, man, when you leaning on God, you have no choice but to trust him. And that's my message to anybody, man. And you can use me as an example. For anybody that been following me for a long time, I done showed you my ups and I done showed you my down. My timeline ain't no highlight reel. And I purposely do that because I want people to see, yes, I'm human. I go through some mess, still going through some mess. But the difference with me is whatever mess that I'm going through, God has put me in that position to either learn or grow. And the problem is we get so easily distracted because of the pain and the hardship. I, in a million years, did not want to be in certain positions in my life. But certain positions in my life that I didn't want to be in prepared me for the next big thing. I would have lost my mind losing my grandparents if I wasn't prepared. Had I not listened to everything that my grandfather told me, when the storm come, I would have ran and hide. And that's why a lot of people are in the position that they are in right now, because you running from something. You running from something. God has placed something in you, but you so scared about what everybody else gonna say or what everybody gonna think that you won't do it, and you live life uncomfortable. So anyways, man, I thank each and every person out there. I got another book coming. And this one, for everybody that was following me when my grandfather passed and I started posting just various different things, it's coming. And it's my prayer. And if it's God's will, I'll have it done by, mom's birthday, which is March 26th. So I'm working hard. You know what I mean? I'm working hard all while I'm handling everything else, man. But I love y'all and thank y'all.
Hey, let's talk about it, cause honestly we need to talk about social issues, just uplifting my people. Yeah, let's talk about it. Come join the conversation. A connection's what we're creating. Yeah.